Hey, it's Gregory Kallenberg with another Prizecast, and before we jump into it, thank you again to our sponsors that make this possible. Also, if you're feeling it and you want to throw us some coin or some dollar bills so that we can keep doing what we're doing, there's a little donate button to one side or the other that we'd love for you to hit. That said, we have a very, very special Prizecast today. We are back with the Film Prize AV Club, and we are going to be talking to the award-winning lead actor of Bespoke Tailoring, Mr. Bellamy, Stan Brown. Stan, how's it going out there?
Hey, how are you? I'm great. How are you doing?
You know, I will tell you, it's, we're coming out of the quarantine. The world is starting to brighten up a bit, but we're still trying to stay safe and healthy. How's it going out there in Chicago these days?
It's great. It's wonderful. I mean, considering what's going on, it's really good. We're fine. We're teaching online and, remotely. You're not supposed to say online, remotely. And that's been interesting, but life is good. Life circumstances, but life is always good.
I certainly am glad that everyone else is safe and healthy, and I'm thrilled to be with you here today. Can you tell the folks a bit about yourself and what you're doing now?
Well, I teach. I've been a full-time university professor since 1993, I think. But at the moment, I'm the director of the MFA in Acting program at Northwestern on the Chicago campus, and it's a lovely thing.
It's lovely because it's not winter yet, but I mean, I'm sure that coming out of winter for you guys has been a pretty glorious thing. I mean, granted, you came out of winter and right into a pandemic, but we're going to go all the way back to Mr. Bellamy, which was a very special moment for the Film Prize. It's a very special moment, hopefully, for you. Can you tell us a bit about how you found this project and what attracted you to it?
Alexander Jeffrey, who is the director of the film, is a former student of mine, and he contacted me about a script that his filmmaking partner, Paul Peterson, had written, and he was interested in me playing the title character. And so he sent it, and I read it, and I loved it. And so I said, sure, I'll do this. How wonderful to have a student like you. So that's how I did it. I was attracted, basically, I think, also by the fact that Paul and Alex's partnership just had such a positive, wonderful energy about it. And so I just kind of felt like I'd be in good hands.
They're such bright spirits, and they've been around the Film Prize for a while, and we loved that first moment that we got to experience Paul and Alexander, and that was the first moment we got to meet you too. Can you tell people a bit about the film and a bit about your character in the film?
Story-wise, Mr. Bellamy is someone that I know. I knew men like that. I'm going to be honest with you. I got a little flack about playing the character from the African American community, and I remember hearing Viola Davis say that the same thing happened to her, and my response to that is, these people need to be celebrated. That was my take on it, and I was so incredibly happy to sort of celebrate him. As far as where he came from and development, I can't remember any of the work that I did to kind of do that. I can remember that there was a question about why doesn't he speak, and what happened in his history to make him not speak. And then I just sort of took that to the set every day, and it was a different reason why every day. I watched, just for screen technique, I watched Jackie Gleason, if you're old enough to remember Jackie Gleason, in Gijo, the film where he plays the mute janitor from Paris. And I watched Cuba Gooding Jr. in a film called Lightning Jack with Paul Hogan, because I had noticed in the trailer that he was a mute character, but he was brilliant in it. The film, so I watched them, some Lucille Ball and some Charlie Chaplin. Yeah.
It's interesting that you looked at comedies. The film is not even close to a comedy. I mean, there's certainly some light moments in it. What was that like, taking these notes from the comedy films that you were researching, but also playing someone who doesn't speak? How do you remember bringing out that character?
Film acting is basically it's very visual. The whole sort of the medium. It's a visual medium. But in comedy, that visual aspect of acting, if you could think of it as a volume control, is turned up loudly. And so you can observe things in a way that perhaps are more subtle if it's not. And so I was sort of hoarding images and hoarding technique. I think that's why I was gravitating toward comedy, because it was more obvious to look at it. And I like comedy, and ultimately, as sad as things were, and I'm always surprised about how people, walk away from it thinking, "Oh my God, it was so sad, you were so hurt." But I did look for the humor. I did. So, yeah. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does, and I think it'll make a lot more sense when people are able to see the film again, because again, it plays on both sides of that spectrum so beautifully. It's one of my favorite Film Prize films ever, and certainly one of my favorite performances. Being able to revisit that film right now, I mean, you're going to have a whole crowd of people who are going to be able to see you on the screen again. What is it you'd like people to take away from it?
Oh my, hope. An expanded sense of hope, I think, and compassion, and gratitude, and self-worth, and self-appreciation, and self-love, I would say. Yeah.
I love that. Let's go back for a moment to, I mean, when I say Prize Fest, it wasn't really Prize Fest back then. It was more Film Prize and Music Prize, and maybe Food Prize was just getting started. Do you remember anything about that experience, kind of being out there and being recognized by the crowds?
That was a surprise. Never had anything happen like that before, unless it was coming out of a stage door or something. It was humbling. It was gratifying, because I think I was like 53 at the time, and I've enjoyed my career. I'm satisfied with all the stuff that's come my way, but it was wonderful having your work, acknowledged at that point in time. But I think the thing that got me really was I was surrounded by all these people who were having their dreams come true. And the excitement off of that was unifying an entire city. And that's kind of, that's your fault that was happening. That was a wonderful, wonderful thing to be around. I'd never been a part of a film festival before. And yeah, I will remember that forever. Yeah.
Well, I remember you being such a bright light at this festival, and I remember a moment in particular, and I'm wondering how you recall that moment. But that moment when you won Best Actor and you took the stage, grabbed the mic, and really owned the moment. And I'm curious what you remember about that moment, which I almost feel like I could give you the speech back in verbatim, but I'm curious what you remember from it.
I remember your lovely wife, saying my name, and I came prepared to not hear my name. I was there for Alex and Paul, because they were the youngsters, and it was about it's okay, guys, it's all right, you did a good film. And so when your wife called my name, I remember I said, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God," and I said it about 5 or 6 times. And I looked at the people at the table I was sitting with, and they were like, and so I thought, all right, I should get up and do something. So I walked down, and everything I thought I would say if I won, I forgot. And so, yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful, surreal, as I've heard other people say, moment. And yeah, one I will never forget.
Well, it's certainly a benchmark moment for the prize, and I think that once people are able to see this film again, they'll totally understand exactly what I'm saying. Stan, this has been a crazy year for everyone, and the quarantine has been lifted in this area. Filmmakers and actors are starting to prepare themselves to come in to film their Film Prize films, of course, with all the safety and the health in mind. I'm curious, standing from where you stand and doing all that you do to help sort of guide actors along the way with all the craziness that's occurred, what advice or inspiration would you give them as they walk forward down the path of creating their Film Prize films for 2020?
Respond as an improv actor. Don't say no to what's going on. Say yes and then fill in that and blank with beating the drum of the solution at least a little more than the drum of the problem. And I promise you'll find yourself at the leading edge of what filmmaking will become after this is over.
Stan, I got to tell you, such wise and beautiful words. Once again, from you, and we appreciate it. Now, I'm not going to let you off of this PrizeCast AV Club without giving us a Viva la Film Prize in an English accent. Can you do that for us?
All right, let's see. What about a Cockney? Let's do it. All right. Goodness. Viva la Film Prize.
I love that.
Is that all right?
I love that.
Is that all right? Okay, all right.
It was better than all right. It took us. Yes, I didn't know you could do that. I was supposed to be like the curveball.
What? What? Sorry. Okay.
Stan Brown, thank you so much. It's so wonderful talking to you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being the prize, okay?
All right. Love you. Okay.
Love you too, man. Take it easy. Viva la Film Prize.
Viva. Bye.
Bye.
I see it isn't just the pastries from La Voilée you brought back with you. Check him out, Tidwell. Slick garb.
I tell you, boys, no better than Europe. The moment I got there, I found the finest tailor in a corner shop off Champs-Élysées.
Here he goes again.
Yeah, but I always believe the suit makes the man. No matter your look, you get the right get-up, the right fit, the right threads, you always get respect. Look at you guys in your ready-to-wear suits. Bet you bought it at Sears and Roebuck. I can say it doesn't matter where you get it, so long as it's one of a kind and bold. You got something good, you know? Yeah, I've been to Paris and Milan and London. I've flown out of each one with a brand new, handcrafted, bespoke suit. But I know that it was made with precision, heart, soul. It's not style, boys. For me, it's a way of life. Each time I get measured, I'm in a different place, and I know no matter what, I'll get something special. I can tell you the garb I get, when I wear it, I almost feel as if I can actually breathe. Feel lifted. So yeah, I go around the world because I love that feeling. I love to have that class. And I tell you, you ain't getting that in this town.
Don't take RC, only Coke.
out, please. It's from Milan. $3 per linear yard.
Mr. Bellamy?
No need to see it.
Okay, we have seen what we need to see. We will call you should a position become available for you.
We have other people waiting.
Please, sir, would you stand? Slim silhouette, tailor fit bespoke I gather, wool, notched lapel, thin, single-breasted, 3 buttons, no cuffs on the pants, straight-legged, relaxed at the thigh, yet snug at the ankle. Bold vest, thick fabric, 100% cotton, floral, easy outside pieces, daring, complex underpieces. Sir, where did you get this suit?
He made it himself.
Show me.
all this just to be a janitor. Seems a bit excessive, but if excessive means I've just seen one of the best suits ever made, I'll take it. You know what this tells me, sir? If you made what you made for an interview, for no money, in this shed, imagine. Just imagine. Imagine I bought you everything you need and paid top dollar for you to make me a suit. Bespoke, of course. And my friend, I have many connections. Mr. Bellamy, what would you say?
Arms up, please.